We have Norman here, head of finance at Finance Better. What is up, Norman?
What's up, my bro?
What
How
is-
you doing?
Good,
What you been up to, my bro?
Yeah, good. Yeah, good.
Just
But
settling
almost
properties?
like this is gonna be just all relaxed. Norman's gonna be a bit of a I think we should do this like
What should we do?
every week, every week.
Really?
Yeah, you
Weekly breakdowns?
weekly
Bring
break.
down. I can.
Wow.
Oh, I get busy though, but it's all right. I'll
Please.
manage. I'll make time.
There's a lot of knowledge with you, bro.
I try, bro. I try.
Yeah. And you got a fade too. It looks good.
Bro, come on.
Look at the back.
Come on.
Lucky this is tattooed.
I'm going to tattoo my head because I'm actually receding as well. So
Are you actually?
joining you. It's a finance thing.
Yeah, Jackson. This camera, Jackson. It's you. We need some S&P.
Jackson, bro.
Line him up. But that beard, man, like.
Bro, I actually trimmed it because I wanted to look more professional.
Ah, very nice. Yeah, this is my beard from 17.
No, I had it longer, but I shaved it. I'm trying to look more professional, you know?
Look good.
Yeah.
Anyways, Norman, what do you see? I guess let's go. This week has been a fuckery in the world, right? But this has been good. Our clients have been winning, which is cool. And there's been a lot of things going on in the world at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, we won't get too deep into that one, but in terms of the property market,
Yeah.
it's unaffected in my eyes. If anything, it's improved since all the events.
It's improved.
It's improved.
Now I want to hear this.
Okay. Okay, let me cook.
Like it's gonna cook it.
Alright.
Cook it.
Property
Mm.
is a vessel, okay? Property is the goal, okay? And everyone's investing their money into property now. And a lot of expats are actually coming back from where they're staying. So people in Singapore, people in Dubai, they're actually coming back to Australia.
You're very right.
They need places to stay. And we already don't have much supply for our demand.
Mm.
Okay, supply is very low. Demand is through the roof. That's why the market's hot. Properties are growing constantly.
Mm.
So that's only going to drive that. Immigration is going to go up. There's going to be more demand. We don't have enough supply. Property
Very true.
market's just going to keep flying.
Mm.
And the people who get in now are the ones that benefit.
Look, I think there's a lot of truth there, bro. Like, I know this sounds really like, I guess, not if I say if it's like politically correct, but like, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world. That's fine. But Australia has been like looked at as relatively a safe haven to park money. At least
Yeah.
if it's going to be temp, sure. But
For the longest time.
yeah, and like, you got massive amounts of funds, especially funds from, say, Singapore, which has been funds that's been taken from Dubai, like family offices, etc. And they are parking their money in Australia. Like,
Yeah.
I went to a fund event yesterday. The amount of people,
Yeah.
this is a fund event. The amount of people going to these events and going, where do I put my money in? Where do I park it?
Yeah.
Is nuts. You know what I mean? So, look, bro, it's one of those.
Everyone's confused right now. It's a confusing period.
Cool.
But the ones who are adjusting quick are the ones that are going to benefit the most.
I think it's gonna be like another like COVID situation
Kind of.
where everyone's gonna be like, "Oh man," and then they're just gonna be like, "Oh, I'm gonna miss it."
But what's crazy is during COVID, the property growth actually slowed down.
Mm.
Here, it's actually increased. So it's like the same but different. Opposite
Interesting.
effects.
Interesting. What are you getting more of now? Like, obviously, we deal with a lot of the investment space. Like, has structure now been more into play?
I'd say around 95% of our investments, of our lending has been investments. Not many people are buying PPLRs anymore because it's not benefiting them.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, yeah, I've been hearing your conversation. There's
of
like
course,
all rent investors now.
everyone's rent investing now. I'd say like 7 out of 10 clients are rent investing.
Yeah, right.
It's insane.
And the 3 who's got pre-approval,
Yeah.
can't get to the market.
Exactly.
You're investing.
Yeah, a lot of them actually come to me and they have their first home owners grant, or Norman, look, I'm trying to buy a PPOR. They realize how expensive it is. They
Yeah.
realize they can't afford the repayments. They're paying 5% for a house that's $1 million. You know, they're not going to afford the repayments. It's almost $6,000 in repayments a month.
Of course.
So they realize they can't sustain that. They're like, I got pre-approval anyway. I'm going to buy an investment.
Makes
And
sense.
A lot of people have been changing their mind as soon as they enter the market because you can see the market moving constantly.
No,
Week after week, values are just keep rising and rising and they're not stopping.
No, I mean that. The crazy thing as well with all of this stuff, and the biggest one as well that I'm seeing is a lot of people who's got pre-approval don't actually have pre-approval.
Yeah.
It's just been submitted to a
Seen a
bank.
couple of those. Seen a couple of
It's just been sent to a bank, just sent to a lender, and nothing truly has
Or they
happened.
just have the servicing calculator already saying that it's servicing, but they haven't actually lodged it to the lender.
Doing servicing that's not lodged
You
to the
know,
lender.
you know, yeah.
Yes. Just because you've done servicing doesn't mean, and it passes or whatever, doesn't mean it's actually correct. When you go to, even when you go to the online websites, like, bro, I'm like, this is not correct. Like, this is not Bible. What are you doing?
No matter how good of a broker you are, it's still not concrete at the end of the day.
I can get it.
It's just not secure.
And then to make matters worse, let's dive into this pre-approval, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is frustrating
This
for
is the
me.
best part.
I mean, I love this. This is a topic that I love because
I agree.
pre-approvals is bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of these pre-approvals are not fully assessed. A lot of these pre-approvals, is based on the postcode of the approval. So if you move away from the postcode,
Oh, postcode restrictions, they're going to be started on that.
go.
Imagine
Let's
if
talk about that.
Imagine if they change their mind and they want to go investment, but they're not pre-approved the right product, the right kind of loan amount.
Have you
the
got
right
that before?
structure. Quite a bit.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people come to me, and the hardest part is when their situation is fucked. And before we can even do anything for them, we have to unfuck their situation. Excuse my French.
No, that's okay. Oui.
I'm just very expressive.
Yeah, no, it's okay. You
Yeah.
got it.
So 90% of the time, people who come from other brokers or advisors, anything like that, a lot of the times I have to unfuck their situation before we can even get started on getting them any properties.
Makes sense.
Because at the end of the day, 95% of building a property portfolio is the finance structure. 5% is the property. And that's why, going back to the pre-approval topic, why a lot of brokers don't lodge their pre-approvals, because they can't find properties within 3 months for their client.
Boom. Let's deep that. Yeah, let's that's deep. I wanna get into that more.
Tell me.
You said a lot of brokers, and it's not just brokers, it's also banks. Some of them will withhold their pre-approval lodgement because they know that client, from a personal point of view, will probably not get a property in the next 3 months. Correct?
Correct.
That's interesting.
I said it.
Okay. All right. Cool. No, it's good. It's good that you said it. Because to be honest with you, like that is the truth. Like, and with due respect, there is some clients when we have conversations and we go, "Hey, man, when do you want to buy the property?" They're like 12 months time. Like, well, what are you doing pre-approval now? You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
It
A lot of
takes-
people are too over prepared. Where
I want to know. What do you mean?
by too over prepared, I mean they have goals that are 12, 18, 24 months away. They're coming to speak to you about it now, but they're expecting changes to happen within these 12, 18, 24 months. Oh, I'm probably going to get a raise. Oh, my wife's going to be on maternity leave. Like, they know what's happening, but they still want an assessment now. Because now from 18 months till now, you're going to have a different situation.
100% you will.
And it doesn't make sense. You can give them like a kind of structure, a roadmap to follow, but you can't really give them a pre-approval. Because when they come back and they actually want to use it, it's going to be different numbers, different
void.
servicing. And you don't know how bank policies are going to be in 18 months.
100%.
They're changing rapidly.
Yeah.
So you
Well,
got to keep up.
Man, like these bank policies change like every week.
Yeah.
Like some are too much. And the crazy thing about bank policy is they change the policy for the bank, but credit is not even up to date with
Yeah.
the movement of policy. So
Yeah. I'm not going to drop any names, but there's a lot of box stickers out there.
yeah.
Think outside the box a little bit when you're assessing, you know what I mean? Don't just tick the boxes. I said what I said.
He said what he said. No, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just the rate of changes in banks is really like you've got to be on top of it.
Yeah.
Which kind of goes to my next one. Like it goes to expectation. It's like, yes, this is the lender that I want for expectation. It's like, man, your scenario doesn't fit there. It fits here though. And then they go, I don't want scenario B. I'm just like, brother, sister, like it is scenario B.
Yeah.
And then they end up applying another broker or going directly to the bank only to F themselves again. So it's like why?
You said a word I don't like.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
going to banks, I really don't like that. I don't like
Why don't you like going banks?
Bro, they're so restrictive. Like,
Yeah.
even if you're not going to use me as a broker, at least go to another broker. Don't go to a bank.
Yeah, I agree.
If you're not going to use me, use another broker.
Sure.
Because going to CBA, going to NAB, going to Westpac, it limits your options. And that's how a lot of people's portfolio gets stuck. You know, they're like, oh, my St. George broker said I can't service anymore. It's because they're not looking at other lenders.
Like the thing that was restricted by policy.
Exactly.
And frankly, like that's it. So
If you're not going to use me, use another broker. Don't go to a bank.
you heard that right. Like, look, whilst we're talking a lot about pre-approvals and what some of the, and then look, there's lots, the 25,000 brokers, yeah?
Yeah, heaps.
But the fact of the matter is, choose a broker that specializes in it. It's like, for example,
I can back that.
You know what I
A
mean?
lot of
Like,
brokers have their own niche.
yeah,
can
like
back that.
focus on that. If you want to say, I want to go to I want to buy my first home, don't like choose a broker that focuses on first home buyers.
I'd be happy if a client says, look, I'm not going to use you guys just because I'm buying my first home.
Nothing wrong with that.
I'll be like, I understand.
Cool. Even though we'd still do it though.
We'll still do it,
Yeah.
obviously. But if an investor comes to me and is like, oh, I'm going to another broker, that's when I'll question like, oh, why? What's going on? Let's talk about it. Let's have a meet.
Yeah.
Because then I'd be confused because that's our specialty. Like we fucking rock out what we do,
Yeah.
bro. We're so good. So when people want to leave to another investment broker, it confuses me.
Man, we got that one client, Renz. I could talk about this. Renz Rivera, bro,
My
killer.
guy. Renz is my guy. Renz, if you're watching this, love you.
So Renz came to us. He had brokers before. Max had 2-3 properties.
Yeah.
That was only like 2 or 3 years ago. Now he's on his 13th,
14th, I'm pretty
14th,
sure now, yeah.
which is crazy. It just tells you that one switch of focusing on an investment broker or whatever
Yeah.
is the change that you'll need to really have
Exactly.
explosion.
Everyone will face a roadblock in their investment portfolio. The trick is to just get out of that roadblock. You know, like conquer the problem before it even occurs. So you don't have to face it at all.
Right.
Like a good broker knows what problems you're going to face at each stage of your portfolio. So from 1 to 3, from 3 to 5, 5 to 8, they all have different challenges that you got to prepare for. So it doesn't become a problem later when you're already 6, 7, 8 properties deep.
That's pretty, that's interesting too, because a lot of the clients that we have as well, especially the multi-family ones, are having to, for them to go to step 3, 4, 5, 6, we've had to literally take 1 step back, 2 steps back for structure point of view to then accelerate them. Similarly like Renz, like we had to take him, we took him back a little bit, and now it's only his 15th one or 14th one. So
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
are you seeing a lot of people come to us now or to your team now and looking at, I guess, structure? Like, can they?
I think that's why a lot of people come to us, especially if they're already on their 3rd or 4th property. That means they've obviously had a broker before who helped them get there.
Sure.
But that broker just can't help them get past that 4 or 5 property point. And that's where we come in.
Of course.
They come to us, we change the structure. That's when we would take, like you said, take a step back, take a look at how we can fix their portfolio, adjust it, fix some rates, consolidate some debts, get that extra borrowing capacity just so they can keep building their portfolio.
Yeah, of course.
And I think that's what a lot of our clients have been recently. A lot of the newer leads that I've been getting have been people with already 3 to 4 existing properties.
Yeah, but they're structured wrong.
They're structured so wrong.
What is the wrong structure?
The
Give me an example.
Okay.
Like structure is depend on the client, but just give me some of the kind of structures that you've been seeing lately.
Okay. First of all, before we even talk about structure, let's talk about the properties themselves. A lot of the properties don't suit the client's needs.
Ooh.
And that's been a big area that we've been focusing on, like high income earners, 300K plus combined income, and they have a positively geared property that's growing at a very slow rate. So they have no capital growth, but very high yield.
Yeah, but the
But
yield
they want
means nothing.
300K combined income a year. They're already getting taxed through the roof. They probably work 2 days for free to give it to the ATO. And now they have a positively geared property. It doesn't help.
Yeah.
And
That's crazy. Like I've never actually really, like, it's probably best that you've done it, but like you've said it, but some of the property, like the restructuring, some of these properties don't even fit the client.
exactly.
Like obviously like that's a good pickup, but is that the only thing? Like
It's not, I wouldn't even classify that as structure. That's just a big factor. But if we're talking structure, a lot of brokers are scared to work with trusts.
interesting.
I've been seeing it a lot.
Brokers?
Brokers, because they're just keeping them under that personal umbrella. And that's where the their capacity is stretched.
I will say one thing. You're right in that. I probably wouldn't say the word scared. I don't think the broker or the bank, frankly, is looking beyond the next purchase or the next thing.
I can
You get me?
back that.
Like
I can back that.
you'll see an investor, they'll come in and then they'll like, I want to buy my next property. A broker or a bank would just be like, fantastic. There's no like, okay, so what are you going to do after this? This is going to be expected to grow 10% a year, 20% a year. Third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh property. What do you have? I think there was an interesting stat that we did this week because we're applying for some awards, but
Yeah.
and we did it. 61%, 61.01% of our clients in 2025
Yeah,
were portfolio clients. So 2 or more,
correct.
which is a pretty
That's
interesting
like the
stat.
majority of our
Yeah,
clients.
yeah, correct. 2 or more. And 30% of our book held more than 5 properties. So it is very interesting on that statement, right? Why do you think the broker or the bank doesn't want to ask beyond the next transaction?
I think it's just uncharted territory for them. It's
Mm.
not something that they've conquered before.
Mm.
They're scared to explore it, but
And it does take time, of
it does. You got to read about it. You got to clean up on policies.
course.
To be frank, you got to know your shit
Yeah,
to
yeah,
do it,
yeah, of
or it
course,
can be done very wrong.
of course. Look, it is a bit of a puzzle building.
Yeah,
Like you could spend, a good 20, 30 hours on files. Then the client will be like, well, where's the answer? I'm just like, then when you give it to them, they're like, oh, wow,
yeah,
you planned my whole 10 years. It's like,
yeah.
yes.
They're surprised. They're surprised.
Yeah, we have.
They thought they were like gonna see a couple graphs, and we have like a 30-page presentation for them.
Yeah, yeah. It's nice though. They would like
Yeah, yeah.
some of the reactions are like, "Whoa, this is."
Yeah.
fantastic." And you know what? Like, we had a client just come in here. Mary, if you're watching this, we love you. But like,
Go.
shout out. But same thing with her. Like, she came at the first start. We're like, "Oh, just do a refinance, cash out." And she's like, "Hey, what's going on?" Next minute, she's on this, crazy trajectory. She's
Yeah.
in. That one property in her SMSF.
Mhm.
That one property in Super, he hasn't settled yet,
It hasn't.
bro. It's 85 grand.
That sells
Like-
on Monday. 3 days.
Crazy, right? And
And she's going in with instant equity like that.
bro, valuation $85,000 from the jump. And I said, look, man, obviously we'll talk about buyer's agents on a
Yeah.
different topic for now.
We're
Let's just-
finance guys.
we're
We're
fi-
finance
yeah.
guys. We're finance guys.
But we will talk about buyer's agencies in a second, because I do think that we need to clarify
Yeah.
what buyer's agents do. We're buyer's agents too, so I'm not going to hide behind that. But we're in the market because of what we have found, which is another conversation. But yeah, like massive amounts of equity. We structured it correctly from the jump, and now she's kind of reaping the benefits. Perfect example. She had a tax problem too.
She did.
Remember?
She was a high income earner.
And then we were like, well, I was like, she was like, no, I want yield, I want cash flow. I was
Yeah.
like, what do you mean you need cash flow?
Yeah, I remember her saying
Yeah?
that. I'm sorry, Mary. I do remember you saying that.
So,
But it's all right.
anyways. And by the
Common
way,
mistake, by the way.
everyone that we're talking about, we have consent to talk about, their stuff. So, all love from them. Where do you see investment lending going the next? There's been a lot of changes. You know that too.
There has been a lot of changes.
There's a couple of banks though, like in terms of investment lending, where we were able to, I wouldn't say the word influence, but because we had a background of risk as well,
Yeah.
myself working in lending and
Amazing
guys-
broker narratives.
yeah, and we actually worked with their risk team and head of
Yeah.
credit. We've got a couple of policies. I won't say which bank. I'm not sure if we can say it anyway, but
don't think
but tell us what that policy is for our investors at least.
Okay. So basically, how it works is the way we structure it with a trust. If you open the second trust, they will disregard the debt from the first trust,
Even though it sits with them.
even though it sits with them,
Mm.
which is crazy. No other lenders doing that anymore.
Anymore. I won't say which, yeah.
No other lenders doing that anymore.
Yeah, of
but
course.
now there's another one.
Yeah, of
And
course.
I think it really helps people go beyond
Mm.
and actually build their portfolio
Of course.
and scale it.
The thing though is that's a non-bank lender. Just FYI, I want to get closer towards it. You guys maybe they launch it already, but we don't know. But
I
it is a
don't think so.
non-bank. It is a non-bank lender. Yeah, you got to pay a little bit of a higher rate. That's the truth. I'm not going to deny that. Like I think maybe 50 or 80 basis points higher. I'm unsure.
Roughly.
But yeah, think about that. Like if the property is growing at say 10, 20, 30%, like Mary in a short couple of months, what's the hurt in a couple of pips?
That's what I tell my clients, and it's a very good saying. Jack actually said this to me, so shout out Jack. He said it's the cost of progression.
Wow.
Yeah, and it really sat deep with me because it's true. Sometimes you gotta pay a little bit more, fork out a little more for the long term,
Of course.
because they're actually expanding their portfolio. Now they've got another property that's growing at 10%. They have their other property that's growing at 10%. Their portfolio is at a 20% growth rate, and now they're paying even 1% higher.
Sure.
You can give me 2% higher if that's how I'm building my portfolio and scaling it at that speed, 100%.
I think because a lot of like new investors look down versus looking forward. And
I think they're looking too far forward, but they're not looking at their peripherals.
ooh,
And that's where we come in.
I love that.
We are our clients' peripherals.
That's
And
great.
I stand on that.
Yeah, for sure. No, like no, you're the peripheral. I'm gonna be at the back. I want to see what's going on. Like, nah, just joking.
We're everywhere. We're
Everywhere.
We're everywhere. 360 cameras.
All right. No, I think that's super interesting, and more we want Norman to be more in this. I think we should do like once a week just to kind of get a touch base on how finances for the week. This week has been pretty interesting. We've been a lot of
This has been a big week,
yeah,
an interesting week, a tiring one,
of course,
but a very rewarding week.
yeah.
And
A
I
lot of
think-
rent investors this week.
I have learned a lot. I've learned more this week, I think, than I did all of last month. And that's just because of how busy it's been.
I think it's because though, like challenges on like, and this is what's good about investment lending. There's so many challenges that has to be overcome, but when it's overcome, you're like, all right,
Yeah,
This is
It
good.
feels good.
It
The dopamine,
does.
the dopamine's
yeah, and for the client too,
good. Yeah.
because then you're rewarding
Seeing
the,
them happy makes me happy as
man.
well. And I'm happy
I
that
got
I've been-
goosebumps talking
Yeah,
about this,
come on.
but I get G'd up when a client said, my broker said 2, my bank said 1, my other broker went to 3. First, I'm like, stop using too many brokers anyway. Like, this is silly.
Look, if I'm driving and I get that unconditional email, just don't drive next to me. Don't drive next to me.
yeah, cool. No, like honestly, like I think we should do this on a regular. By the way, we had no intention to do this.
nah.
Larissa, like she's pressing the button. Shout out to Larissa.
Shout out Larissa.
So you know, she can't say anything because we told her not to.
Yeah.
But
Can't speak.
no, we wanted to do this. It was packing away and
She actually had to unpack everything, so she's the goat for that.
and I think we should do this on a weekly basis because I do think that me and Norman in the office are pretty opinionated people.
Slightly.
Yeah, I reckon some pretty intense opinions.
Yeah.
I probably want to get the Ethan in here.
Oh, yeah.
that'll be a good one. So we'll make this thing, and if you guys have any questions, you know, or anything you want us to touch
Q&A
base,
segment.
Q&A.
Q&A segment.
If you have any questions, I would strongly suggest to put those together. Yeah, we'll get Larissa to read it out,
And,
and
we'll
then
answer them.
we'll answer them. Yeah, cool. So guys, that is it from myself, Lucky, and your boy Normsy. Yeah, have a great week ahead. And for the people that need us, well, we're here for you. So click the link below. You know what to do. I'll see you in the next episode. Take care.